Hello, class, and welcome to weeks 7 and 8 of our class. I wanted to reach out to you and give you some encouragement that we've had a really great class so far. I hope that you enjoyed your Wiki family history pages. I did hear from some of you, and you did express that it really provided an opportunity for you to dig deeper into your family roots, to have conversations with elders in your family that you may not have had in the past, and it left you something to leave for your future generations. So I hope that it's something that was valuable to you. This week you will have your paper and presentation due of your lesser known notable in history. Please keep in mind that what we're looking for here is essentially what we've been trying to accomplish the entire session, and that is that to bring to light some of these contributors to our society, to our politics, to our industry, to our culture in the US. People that we haven't heard of, people that perhaps because of their gender, because of their ethnicity or race, were underappreciated and considered underqualified, and nevertheless, their accomplishments have stood the time and have contributed to who we are as Americans today. So with that in mind, I encourage you to look for individuals. You can first start your search through the internet. You can look for somebody that maybe that Takaki mentioned in his book. What I do want you to do is I want you to avoid any of the more known and now better celebrated minorities. So Martin Luther King is not an option. Cesar Chavez is not an option. Clara Barton, Amelia Earhart, some of those more well-known minorities. So a good rule of thumb is if the person has a school or a street named after them, like an MLK Street, an Earhart School, Clara Barton School, etc. If there is a school named after this person's probably already fairly well known and has some historical input in K through 12 education. Not always, but generally that's the rule of thumb. So start there. So what you're going to do is you're going to write a paper. I'm not 100% sure on the paper guidelines, but I would say anywhere from 4 to 8 pages is a good paper. And then you're going to include with that a presentation. And in that presentation, it could be a PowerPoint, it could be a video, it could be any type of presentation format. It's going to be the second half of your paper. So first you're going to write about it. And then in the presentation, I would just want you to give a summary, the highlights, the most important things, and why you believe this person needs to be further studied in history. You're making a case for this person to be further studied in history is what you're doing. You're going to submit both of them through the critical assignment link in TaskStream. And then you are going to resubmit your presentation portion next week in week 8 in your discussion thread. And that will be your discussion post for week 8. And the reason why we're doing it in 2 parts, the reason why you're submitting your presentation 2 times is because in week 8, by putting it into discussion board, you will allow other students to see your work. And that way students will learn from your research as well. If you have any questions, okay, I'm sorry, before I leave, due dates. So as far as the paper, it is due Sunday of week 7. Week 8, you must submit your discussion by the weekend, so it'll give students an opportunity to look into it. And also in week 8, you have a final exam. That final exam is due Friday, day 5 of week 8, not day 7, not Sunday. And the reason being is because I need time to grade your final exams and your journals for that weekend, and your grades are due that Monday. So the final exam needs to be in by Friday so that I can have time to grade it. If you have any questions, email me, and have a wonderful week.